right, Jesse on fire. Welcome back, everybody. So, a lot has happened since the last time that we spoke about Liver King, which was about, for me, the last video, the last moment I was on camera talking about Liver King on my own channel was about 27 hours ago. And it's unbelievable to think that, like, in 27 hours, the amount of stuff that has happened could have happened, right? He's posted so much new content that it's kind of unbelievable. And I keep watching them because obviously, you know, this is what I do. I just kind of talk about stuff that's going on. So I'm, keeping up. I would not, for the record, I would not be watching this otherwise. I just want to make perfectly clear that this is not a thing that I actually care about outside of the fact that I know people are interested in it. And so I could talk about it on the channel. Like, I don't care about this at all, just for the record. Okay. But, if I'm going to evaluate the situation, I have lots of thoughts. Okay. Because now, so Rogan apparently gave a statement here. So Joe Rogan responds to Liver King's disturbing threats with one blunt statement. We'll go through that. The Liver King has been ordered to undergo a mental health evaluation. And then we're going to go through, this is I actually just realized I didn't show you that. And then we're going to go through this. Okay. So all the most recent stuff that he's done since. So the last one that I covered yesterday was right. My God, it's so far back. I can't even find it, dude. Wait, where is it? The last one I covered was right here. This one. So he's done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 posts since that. Like, dude, I care. I care because I like to, if everybody wants to watch it, I care for that reason. But I just want to show you guys one thing real quick, because I actually think that this right here, this is the video that to me just tells the entire story of this dude. Okay. In general, like not just as it relates to this Rogan thing, but in general. And this, he doesn't say a word, but I had an epiphany watching it right now. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. Okay. So watch this real quick. He's at the Four Seasons. Okay. I assume most of you guys probably know this, but just in case, the Four Seasons is one of the most upscale hotel chains in the world. Okay. Like it might be the most upscale hotel chain that is like all over the place in the world. Like you're going to go there, you're going to pay $800 for a room that would cost $350 at any other hotel. And, you're going to, I don't know, staying at the Four Seasons. They have great service, fantastic service. But that just for the record, that's where he is. So think about the kinds of people who also are staying at the Four Seasons when he's doing this. Okay. So I realize that probably seems uneventful, right? It's like, okay, so what? He's doing like some guerrilla walk down the hallway and filming it. And I'm looking at that and I'm going, okay, so this guy's whole shtick is like, get outside, get in touch with nature, get outdoors and whatever. Right there, he has his shirt off, okay? And he's doing some kind of monkey walk down the hallway of the Four Seasons Hotel. Okay. Like, people can pretend that they're gurus or whatever, oh, look, I'm trying to take you on a spiritual journey. I'm exposing all the good in the world and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, yeah, okay. But see, the thing is I'm pretty good at evaluating people and why they're doing things. And there's only one reason that you would have just done that. Okay. Play monkey in the Four Seasons going down the hall. Simple. You need attention worse than any rational person can even understand. There is absolutely no purpose to what he just did aside from look at me, 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 look at me. Hey, look at me. I'm a monkey. I'm a monkey. Okay. I've transcended being a man. I'm a monkey. And I'm doing a monkey walk down the hallway. It's, you know what I mean? What possible other reason would there be for him to do that? And so once you get, this is how I do, this is exactly how I do this. Like when I evaluate people, it's like, okay, I wait until they do something that completely tips their hand, and then I reevaluate everything else that they've been doing. Now, in his case, it doesn't really apply because obviously he's super attention hungry. But when you look at the rest of this stuff that's going on, he's also batshit crazy. Like batshit crazy, right? And I saw someone just said the Rogan didn't give a statement. Here, look, it's right here. So we can go through that really. Here, let's do that really quick because I put it in the headline because I know everybody's going to want to hear it, but it's not like that big of a thing. So I just, but whatever. Let's knock it out. Okay, so it says Joe Rogan responds to Liver King's disturbing threats with one blunt statement. First of all, in advance, I actually don't think it's like that blunt. I think it actually shows Joe Rogan's character, which is very good. So what he says, hang on. So it says, okay, so this is Johnson didn't spend too much time in police custody. This is Liver King. We're going to go somewhere today. Austin, everybody. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. We saw that. Joe Rogan said, dude, where is it? I already read it. So, okay, here you go. So this is it. Rogan's statement was he's significantly unstable and seems like he needs help. And it's like, yeah, that seems like a pretty dead on take right there, Joe Rogan. He is significantly unstable and does seem like he needs help. But like, honestly, it's not like that big of a deal, not that big of a statement. But again, the way that Joe frames that, like, I think he needs help, I think demonstrates really, really strong character. That's just my opinion because I agree with him for sure. But I know my own personality, and the second that the guy posed even a minor threat to my family, like my ability to feel empathy for them would go away. And I think having empathy is like a really is like a trait everyone should aspire to. So I'm not saying it like it's a good thing. I'm saying the fact that Rogan can do that is really impressive. Now, he obviously knows he is in zero threat from this guy anyway. And by the way, if you guys did not see the episode that I did, like the first episode of me and Shab's new show on here, I'll show you guys because it's excellent. And we talked about Liver King. We talked about a bunch of stuff, but it's right here. So it's on Thick Boy. It's the Liver King snapped in custody. John Jones again. Here you go. So this is where we're talking about Liver King right here. Actually,
super close with him. Yeah, that's my guy. And he flew to his house before they fucking were going to take his eye, and they stayed with him and shot stem cells in his eye, and he fully recovered.
Well, Ways to Wells didn't do that, right? Because that's not legal, I don't think. But
a healthy fuck
on my channel is like anytime I want to show you guys this because I could either just repeat myself or say this because there is only one way back for Liver King. Bottom line. Like I just saw on one of his posts that I'll show you in a second, Joe Schilling, he commented that Liver King has gained 300,000 followers in the last couple days. And you're like, man, that's a sad state of affairs for the human race right there. You know what I mean? Because that is giving positive affirmations for extraordinarily idiotic behavior. You know what I mean? But again, there is one way back for Liver King where he could take this incident and actually spin it into gold. And I covered it with Shab on this episode. So I want to see.
Sober. I'm doing it for my kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here.
knee is fucking, dude. Like my bicep completely torn, dude. Like it's still 600-pound deadlift.
That's it. But
yeah, it's fucking.
There you go.
Look what it did for it, dude. If that's not a poster boy, not granted, you don't want to look at the state she's in right now.
No,
but
right.
his eye was going to be fucking gone, and stem cells fixed it.
How do I not know that story? Is what I'm saying.
I don't think most people do.
Fair enough. But yeah, his move, he has one. That's it. But you got to go do 90 days at a treatment center.
You gotta come.
I missed it again.
Face
Okay, whatever. I'll just tell. Rather than make you guys drag around on the timeline, I will just tell you what I said. And what I said was he needs to, like, immediately while he has all these eyeballs on him, he needs to check out and make a statement. I am going to check myself into a treatment center. I'm going to go get better. Like, he needs to acknowledge that he's got something wrong. He needs to go to a treatment center. He needs to get clean off of all the drugs. And then he needs to come out and immediately his new brand, he's already playing the fucking guru shtick. You know what I mean? Like that. I mean, that's his shtick. He's not like, you know, it's hard to explain. It's like, he's not actually connecting with people, right? Like when he interacts with people, he's not connecting with them. He's trying to position himself as a guru, right? It's like gurus are not generally, at least in the way that I mean, like they're not super engaged on a personal level with the people. They just put on a performance and then hopefully people perceive them the way that they hope for that to be. And then they'll listen to them give advice. I'm not confident that we're going to be able to change that about his personality. But if that's the place, that's the role he wants to be in, he needs to go to a treatment center for 90 days, get absolutely clean, and then come back and then run this shtick and make sobriety a key part of his brand. That's it. That's his only option. Anything else there's no way to spin this into something good outside of that. It's the only option. But I don't know if he can. The ultimate form of narcissistic douchebag. That's fucking hilarious, dude. I mean, listen, let's be honest. I am very talented. I'm very good looking, you know, but I'm also a complete fucking retard who, you know, is very open with all the mistakes I make and everything. That's why when people go, Jesse's a narcissist, everybody who actually watches my content is like, you're a retard, guy. But anyway, but so this dude is okay. Let me show you this now. Okay, this shit is like, okay. So where do we even start?
You're at the hotel, 4 Seasons, and you don't have a real kitchen. It's a charlatan Liver King kitchen.
Oh my God, by the way, hey, I'm Joe Rogan and living in your walls. Find me and fight me. That is like the funniest fucking thing ever, dude. That's a meth joke. Actually, I'm not sure. Was that? I think that one actually was up yesterday. This is the first one that I haven't covered. Check this out, dude. This is bananas.
Good morning, primals. From the vibration plate of the greatest state in the world, Austin, Texas. Texas is the state, just to be clear.
Dude, he's 47. He looks 70. Like, my goal is to look like that when I'm 70.
Bags under my eyes. Haven't slept a whole lot. And it's been an amazing gift. When you fracture the physical, don't sleep, don't eat much, drink much. You go deeper into something else.
Oh my God. I forgot to tell you guys. The funniest thing. So guess where Rogan is right now? Okay. So Liver King is in Austin, you know, just going around. I got to find Rogan. Me and him are going to hash this thing out. We're going to fight. Rogan's in Vegas. I should have known that, but it didn't, you know, Shab talked to him. He's in Vegas. He's not even in fucking Austin. And I mean, it should have been obvious because it was International Fight Week, but it just didn't dawn on me until Brendan told me. And I literally like burst out laughing. I'm like, that's the funniest thing ever. He's fucking idiot. He's not even here. He's doing this whole thing. And Rogan and his entire team are in fucking Vegas, dude. What an idiot. All right.
Got to maybe express something else. Something else. Ask me what the password is to Wi-Fi. I can't wait to share it. So, good morning, primals. What I'm doing, do it with me. Get the early morning sun through the eyes, on the face, on the skin. Get the bare feet connected, anchored, grounded into the earth. About to go do that with the pops right now.
See, guru. You know, here's what I do. Here's what you should do. And you're like, hey, if I do the things that you tell me to do, will I be able to be what you are now? Because that's now my life's aspiration. I want to do exactly what you're doing right now. Said no one.
Down there, that's where the Dobermans go to play down there at the water. They like to do a stick champion game. That's what we're about to do. And we're going to go somewhere today here in Austin. If anybody knows where Seth Rogen's, the other version of him that rhymes with blow, if anyone knows where its family's going to be today, if you could let...
Hey, the end. Like, hey, guy, let me make myself big for this. You have an active restraining order. He has a restraining order against you, obviously, and anyone in his family. You went on Instagram and said, if anyone knows where Joe Rogan's family is going to be, like those words came out of your mouth. Okay. Like, it doesn't matter where you're going, dude. It doesn't matter what your next sentence is going to be. If you can't put together that you've been in police custody, you have an active restraining order that forbids you from talking about him or his family, and you say the words, if anyone knows where his family's going to be, you're like, bro, you are on fucking Pluto right now. Okay? Your connection to what is actually happening is lost in a fucking oblivion. You can't say that under any circumstances whatsoever. Okay. His wife, dude, they're there. Like, they're there. Now check this out. Okay. So here's, whoops, not this one. Where is it? Oh, I don't know what this is.
There's two problems.
You good, just start.
So this is from, let's see, this would have been at around 3:00 yesterday. So there's nothing really to it except that he's going through a metal detector. It seems like this is probably some law enforcement shit, given the fact that he's wearing a fucking ankle monitor. And he's wearing a fucking bulletproof a body armor carrier. Okay. He's going into a police station, which is, I assume that's what this is. Okay. Given that he has an ankle monitor and it very much looks like law enforcement, he's wearing a fucking body armor carrier around him. Like, dude, how about not that outfit? How about just not something that indicates that even if you have no plates in it, okay, you are currently under a restraining order because you've made threats to one of the most famous people on earth. You come to interact with the cops and you're all, what should I wear? Hey, should I wear the Jordans or the boots? She's like, I think the boots. He's all, you think I should wear my body armor carrier? She's like, what would the purpose of that be? He's like, just so people know that I am equipped with body armor, in case I need it for anything, this week. Hey, where's Joe Rogan's family going to be? You're all, dude, who is making these decisions for you? Like, do you have no one on your team that's like, because honestly, like, you could lay out for, like, if I was on his team and I was responsible for, like, helping him make decisions, and he's like, okay, so here's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. Okay. I do have to go check in with them because I have to check in with them each day. Now that I'm in town, if I want to stay, I have to check in each day. I think I'm going to wear a body armor carrier. I'd be like, yeah, no, you're not. Okay. Do you not understand why you're wearing that ankle monitor? They've determined that you are a threat to Joe Rogan, okay, and his family. What outfit could possibly indicate more that you are an actual threat. Okay. Like, it's really hard to do. Like, it's actually difficult to think of clothing or articles of clothing you could put on that would further make you seem like a threat if you're going to go deal with law enforcement. But a fucking body armor carrier, that'll do it, dude. It's unbelievable, dude. Like, what are you doing? Why are you wearing that?
Rings?
No, you do. Christian, you there? Just that's what.
Dude, that lady is way too chill right there. Okay. Now, obviously, I know, he doesn't go on a shooting spree here or we would have heard about it. But that security person is 100 times too fucking chill right there. If you know who that guy is, you know what he's doing in town. He has an ankle monitor on, and he coming through your security, your fucking metal detector. He's buzzing it, and he has a body armor carrier on his chest. Like, you need to have already called backup immediately. Like, who could look more suspicious that might turn into an active shooter than that fucking guy who's setting off your metal detector with a body armor plate on? I mean, it's like.
No, it's not. It's probably this. Is that where you're scared? I got sticks. I got sticks and rope. There's no metal in that pocket.
Okay, you guys get the point. Right? So here you go. Here's him making another threat.
Okay, had to.
Oh, wait, hang on. Where is?
So it turns out.
Dude, where's the one?
The Almighty.
This one. Okay, so I know this is the one because I saw John Bravo immediately had commented on it and he's like him and he's on his list, dude. Like, Johnny Bravo is on Liver King's list, and he's still like, bro, you need to stop, man. Like, you need to stop. Hey, could this be a complete publicity stunt, even if it's 100%? RC Adventures, what's up, dude? Yes, absolutely. That's exactly what he thinks he's doing. Now, I mean, does that mean he's not going to do something completely deranged if he did run into Rogan? Absolutely not. He has no chance of getting to Rogan, though, under any circumstances. Shab made me very confident of that yesterday when we talked about it on the other show, because he kind of goes through like what Rogan's security actually looks like. Like, there's no scenario where he's getting anywhere near Rogan. Like, will not happen. But, I mean, unless he took a shot at him from really far away. Point being, though, is like, I do believe that this is certainly a publicity stunt. But to a person like this, a publicity stunt could be trying to shoot Rogan. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that he's actually going to do that, but I don't feel confident to bet my life on the fact that he's not. Okay? That's where it's at. Like, that's where it's at. And when I show you this one, again, dude, restraining order. You cannot talk about Rogan. Okay? You legally cannot talk about Rogan. And then again, it's like, oh yeah, I forgot to read that part.
Powerful side. Thank you, God, for right now. Santa Cruz, my boys like to follow you. They say that you're doing some good and true in the world. Not like the first name rhymes with blow, last name rhymes with slogan.
He thinks you think that is some clever fucking thing that's getting around your fucking restraining order. It's ridiculous. It's like it's literally what like a 9-year-old would think. Oh, I didn't say Joe Rogan. They're like, dude, you see this piece of paper? This is like court of law stuff, dude. You think you're going to be able to create reasonable doubt that everyone on earth did not know exactly who you were talking about? When you said Seth Rogen, except first name Joe. It's like, honestly, you're teaching 6th grade, and you're like, you're not allowed to talk about that. And then some harebrained dumbass kid, tries one of these, and then they immediately get in trouble. It's like a thing that you would try in class when you're 12. It's like, dude, you can't talk about him. What the fuck is wrong with you?
can't say it, copyright infringements, and put you in jail business. Good and true, my boys say that you do, and that you invited me to. I don't know what you're inviting me to, but my boys think you're fucking cool. Like, they'd say your name at dinner all the time, and then we laugh, and it's like, oh, you know, there's a feeling to Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz is feeling pretty fucking awesome. I want to come to that party. And then I heard I got an invitation. My wife, my queen, just tells me right now, Striker Rad said this about Santa Cruz, Liver King, this thing. If you've given me an invitation, the answer is yes, 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 multiplied. I'm making a lot of videos this week, and then I'm not going to make videos again for a long time. Would you please come to Liver King Ranch? Or
I told you, dude. Why does he keep saying that? I'm making a lot of videos this week and then not for a long time. Okay. I'm sorry, dude. That to me, it sounds extremely ominous. And he says something else about Rogan in here that, like, again, further, you know, kind of demonstrates where you're like, hey, what do you mean by that, guy? What do you mean by that? Okay. I'm pretty sure it's at the end of this one.
King Lake House immediately, but it has to be within the next 7 days. So tomorrow, if that works, we should probably do that one. If tomorrow doesn't work, the day after or the day after, but it's got to be within the 12-day time block. Lock that down.
Okay, I missed that the first time. So he also just said, yeah, if you want to come by, you can come by the lake house or you can come by whatever, but it has to be in the next 7 days. What are you planning, dude? Like, what are you planning where you're making a lot of videos, then you're going to make 0 videos after that? Like, what are you planning? And, or like, and then remember that he said that when we get to stuff like coming up, okay? Like, remember that he has said in multiple videos over multiple days, he's going to make a bunch of content this week and that he's not going to be making videos for a very long time. Okay.
Fist bump pound. Booyah. King time. The almighty power.
Okay, hang on. So it's not that one, but you guys need to hear this, dude. Like the, man, the problem about doing this on the computer is you can't drag, you know, like you have to basically sit through the whole thing. I really want to play it for you instead of just telling you. I'm not sure which one it is.
Do you hear that? Listen.
Oh, I think it's this one, actually.
That's the birds. The birds are chirping, but the wild is actually calling. But we don't get to do that. Sipping the coffee right now. Coffee and cocaine, that's what I'm sipping. Minus the cocaine part, that part. I'm not sipping that, actually.
Yeah, he's all that I'm injecting straight into my arm. You're all, you can inject cocaine? He's like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hang on, that's not it. Dude, where is it, man?
You're at the hotel, 4 Seasons, and you don't have a real kitchen. It's a charlatan.
Nope, it's not that one. Anyway, okay, bottom line, but so I don't have to like search through this. What he said is he's talking about Rogan again. He's like, you're not, he's like, you're, you know, I know you're from California, you know, I am challenging you to a fight and, you know, whatever, and all that stuff. And then he's like, but this is Texas, and I know you're not from here, but, you know, we handle things a little bit different in Texas, and you're about to find that out. And that was the end of the reel. And I'm like, okay, so the dude literally is going around searching for Rogan. He's definitely armed. He has said in so many words, 18 different times, that he wants to do violence to Rogan. He keeps on saying crazy stuff like, oh, do the fucking content this week, then not for a long time. And then he'll end videos like that. He's like, you're about to find out the hard way. It's like, okay, what are you indicating? Johnny B, what's up, dude? There's a ton of false info being put out, so I wanted to stop by. What kind of stuff? I mean, if I don't respond to your chat immediately, just text it to me and I'll tell him what you said. Because I want to know. I want to know. Yeah, I mean, like, above, dude, I'm not gonna be able to find that shit. Text it to me. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. There you go. Never mind. Jesse, just an update. I've been in contact with those the closest to Liver King and have been giving info to Rogan's team on what's really going on with him to help the situation. He lost his mind. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, listen, dude. I'm certainly not going to be like, a fucking dude playing telephone for Rogan, but I could just confirm Rogan is like, this is like, Rogan's not like, he's not like scared right now, but this dude, I mean, I'm scared for fucking Liver King, I'm scared for Liver King, and especially given the fact that, like Joe Schilling pointed out, dude, the guy's gained 300,000 new subscribers since 300,000, like since all of this started. And if you're a person who is driven exclusively by attention, it's actually making him think that like what he's doing is like a good idea, I would imagine, Wait, so Bravo, what's going on though? Hold on. Okay, I read the one above, but now what is it? So he's just lost his mind? Like, Rogan is a punk. He came man to man. He gave a heads up. Rogan is a punk. Okay, so here's how I'm going to push back on that, dude. So you're operating under the assumption that there is any chance in 100 million years that Liver King can beat Joe Rogan in a fight. He can't. Okay. Like this is not like a hypothesis. Like this is as certain as gravity exists. Joe Rogan, there's just like not even a conversation. Liver King has no training. Like Joe Rogan can just decide. Like Joe Rogan could literally, like he'd be like, hey, what we're taking requests. And you're like, I don't know, destroy his left leg. And he's like, well, what do you want me to do? You want me to submit his left leg or you want me to kick it? And you're like, I don't know, kick it. Like, okay, cool. Joe Rogan finishes him by destroying his left leg, kicking it. And it's like, well, what else? It's like, I don't know, break his left arm and then, break his ankle. It's like, okay, he just goes and does that. Like he can literally do whatever he wants to Liver King. And this is not like tough guy talk. This is just objective fact. Okay. Elite world-class jiu-jitsu, elite world-class striking against untrained opponent who is shorter than him. Like this is it's fucking impossible. Okay. So there's no like, hey man, I want a heads up fight where like Rogan doesn't need to fight and to prove anything. And here's the thing. If Rogan did agree to fight him, who benefits? How does this help Rogan? Rogan's literally like Shab said to me yesterday, and I hadn't even really thought about this. Shab's like, he's probably one of the top 5 most famous people on earth. And I was like, fuck, that's true. Like, I mean, you got like Trump, Putin, like maybe Conor McGregor. I don't know. Like Joe is so fucking famous that, that's why he needs so much security. People just stand next to him. They just literally stand next to him. There's tremendous value for their career. People probably fucking want shit from him all the time. So like, why should he have to fucking do anything that like Liver King? Dude, you want to fight with Rogan? You better fucking send in an application, guy. Like Liver King's not in the same league as Rogan by even the like in any stretch of the imagination. So he's like, hey, Joe, do this thing that benefits me that you have not agreed. We don't even know each other. Do this thing that's going to be great for me. And Rogan's like, fuck you, dude. You know what I mean? And like, not even just fuck you. Like, here, talk to my, let my security deal with it. Like, you don't get to fucking interact with me on some shit like this. You know what I mean? M. Miller, thank you for the super chat, dude. What's to say about his queen inner circle to allow it to go on? Must like the money, mental breakdown needs. So here's exactly what I said about this every time is he's extremely wealthy, like extremely successful. I don't know what's going on with his current finances, but I know he was doing supplements. And you know what, dude? I found out yesterday that he originally made his money like building dental franchises, and then he sold the entire franchise. I don't know if that's what Schaub told me yesterday. I'm not 100% sure the accuracy of that, but either way, I'm pretty sure he had a big supplement thing also. And he has tremendous amount of money. The people who are around, first of all, your kids, like with a personality like that, and this is what I'm saying about this guru, this like kind of guru type of like personality, is they don't like connect with people. Like he thinks he's connecting with people. Like I see some of these things. He goes into Starbucks. He's all, hey, tell everybody on the internet your name. He's like, hey, what's your native language? They're like, oh, I speak. He's like, wow, that's amazing. Can you speak to us in your native dialect? Like, it's like make believe connecting. Like you know what I mean? It's like that you're not actually like interacting with this person. You're not empathizing with them in any way. You're just kind of doing a show, right? Okay, well, people who do that habitually, it's exactly how they interact with their kids also. So it's, it's always like the dad show. So there's no way that his kids would feel comfortable trying to intervene on this, because everything that they do comes from work that he's done. Like they're not in a position to question it. And if you watch his wife, and I really don't like to even talk about a guy's relationship with his wife. I will only say that she seems like she loves him for sure. Like, I mean, like, and I mean that like as a ride or die girl gets in, like is aces with me. But if I'm just like kind of watching, she doesn't seem like she's like a very confrontational person. And like this, to be able to like jump in and interject yourself into a situation like this with a guy like him, your tolerance for confrontation needs to be fucking high, like really high, and she just doesn't seem like the kind of person who is wired like that at all. And I don't mean that as a negative, positive, whatever. It's just what it is, Oh, wait, hang on. I saw. Okay, hang on. Let me go back up. Johnny Bravo. Oh, the drugs he's on. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that surprises me 0% whatsoever, obviously, because this is like one of those things. It's like either, hey, Big Red, what's up, dog? Yeah, he's so okay. So, and the fact is that he's actually nuts, and this is not a stunt as much people think. Well, what I'm saying is, I'm not disagreeing with you as it relates to it being a stunt. What I'm saying is, it is a stunt in his mind. Like he thinks that this is some kind of stunt, but he has lost his fucking mind. So he, his interpretation of what he's doing is like going through a filter of scramble brain. You know what I mean? Dude, what would be fucking crazy? Like the craziest thing that could come from this is if like they did some kind of experiment and they figured out that what had actually happened was that he got like some kind of like parasite or like worm from raw meat and it fucking ate his brain. You know what I mean? You'd be like, wow, that's ironic. That is ironic. Keither, thank you for the super chat, my dude. I never saw Liver King angry in any of these videos, which means I think he's in a false reality. My boy needs therapy. He needs therapy at the minimum, but like he needs to be locked in a room for a long time, like so that they flush the drugs out. I think Joe will address this with concern for him and all. That's exactly what he did. That's exactly what Joe Rogan did. I talked about that earlier. That's literally exactly what he did. He said he seems like he's very unstable and he probably needs help. And I was commending Joe for that because I think that's a really good look, dude. But I agree, false reality for sure. Is it? I would imagine Rogan's on HGH. I would be too if I was, 55 years old and fucking wealthy as shit, and I was going to be getting American grade HGH. I'll do that. I will do that in my 50s for sure. But I don't know how that's he's on those coffee enemas, dude. I'm saying I had never even heard of that. I literally had never heard of that before. And I made fun of it. And everybody I talked to, they're, oh yeah, that's like a very well-known thing. I'm all it's a well-known thing. People put coffee up their ass. Yes. It's very therapeutic. I'm like, okay, well, that's like the kind of thing where you're like, how did you find that out in the first place though? You know what I mean? Like, how'd you find that out in the first place? And the fucking weirdo who poured a cup of coffee up their own ass, like, and then they were like, you know what? Hey, I just need to tell you guys, I've had incredible success with whatever we're saying that this does by putting coffee in my ass. And everyone's all, really? Coffee in your ass? Yes. You know, I just hosed it on in there, coffee in the ass. And it does wonders. Like, these people are fucking crazy. If I was hanging out with somebody and I didn't know them that well and they were just like, hey, I've been experimenting with putting coffee up my ass, to be all, well, you have a great rest of the weekend. I'm never hanging out with you again. You know, like, what the fuck? It's so bizarre. He is definitely not natty. I mean, again, it's like even I love handicapping these fights, you know, like the dumbbell untrained guy versus pro fighter. I love that. It's like, it's just a really fun game. It's very, you know, it's very similar to like 10 full-grown men versus a gorilla. Like, I like to hypothesize about who comes out on top when violence happens, you know? Speaking of which, right after that gorilla grizzly bear thing, when I was in St. Louis, for you guys who watch my stuff all the time, when I was in St. Louis, whatever that was, like a month ago, we went to the St. Louis Zoo and there was a full-grown grizzly bear there. Bro, those things are fucking huge, dude. Terrifying. Terrifying. I don't like, check my text, Johnny Bravo. Oh, there we go. Exact story I'm working on. Oh. Hey, text me. Can I read this? Johnny Bravo, can I read this on the live? Do you want me to tell him? I'll read it. I mean, text me, because like this is yeah, okay. So John Bravo is saying the point that I brought up with Shab about why his inner circle allows this and enables him. He said, that's the exact story I'm working on for a video. There's a massive reason this is going on and why there are 6 ex-employees that are talking to John who no longer work for him for a specific reason. Even his social media guy left, which is why the videos are not professionally done anymore on his IG. Dude, and Shab said that yesterday to me. Shab said that to me yesterday, where he's all, dude, you know, if you've actually kind of been on the other side of the camera with Liver King, he's like, when he came to us, dude, he had all of the red, the red cameras. I think those cost like fucking $300,000 each. He's like, he has a crazy production. And he's like, and all of this is being done on his cell phone, you know? Rob Arthur, thank you for the super chat, good sir. American grade. Yeah, about the HGH. Clearly you're not very familiar with the international supplements market. Like, you know, if I wanted to do HGH, I could do it tomorrow, but you know, it would be Chinese. American pharma grade HGH. Give me that shit, son. Dude, I love you fucking homeless cats, guys. You guys don't need to have beef with me, dude. I know all you got. You know why I like the homeless cats is because, well, just because I like everybody. But I bet, Justin, tell me the truth. How many of the homeless cats have moved over to Wes Watson? Like, be honest, dude. Like, how many of the people you interact with in homeless cats have like taken some of their energy and gone and got Wes Watson? Because Wes Watson is like, he's like how people think, like the way that people think Brendan is, which is exactly opposite of how he actually is in real life. That's exactly who Wes Watson is. So I would imagine there's like a a lot of crossover there. He's just like, you know. Remember the dude had a pretty much lost after his fall from grace with the gear thing. Dude, yeah, I mean, like, again, I feel like I'm rehashing all the stuff that I talked about with Shop, but like, yes, it's like the fact that he blames Rogan for any of this makes no sense. Now, I will say this though, okay? So, you know, for those of you guys who don't know the backdrop on this story, what happened is the Liver King became massively famous like overnight. He had this whole shtick and he's got a massive social media team and he invested tons of money into building this persona. And then he had a corresponding supplement company and it was fucking crushing hundreds of millions of dollars being sold in supplements. And while he was on like as much as some of this stuff kind of seems organic to people, you know, where you're like kind of watching, oh man, this guy's everywhere, you know, like it's not organic. Usually what's happening is they're doing a thing. Like it's a big promotional tour and they're doing as many shows as they can. And then they're doing these publicity stunts, which are then put onto social media, which appear to not be social media stunts if you're not good at like, you know, catching them. And, one of the reasons that's important to understand is because one of the main things that he would be asked about is whether he was on steroids. Okay. I don't know. I mean, anybody like me, or I'm sure a lot of you, or Shab, certainly, Rogan, certainly, and that kind of like the side of the Rogan sphere that overlaps with martial arts. It's like the fact that anyone ever believed that this guy was not on roids is completely alien to us. You know, where it's like, you believed him when he said he wasn't on roids? Like, that's not humanly possible. Okay. Like, it is literally humanly impossible to look like he does even now. Like, now you can't look like that without roids. Like, it's the contention that you can is fucking retarded. You're wrong. You can't, you know, but when they would ask him if he's on roids, he would go into these, like, he wouldn't just say no. Like he would do these, like, I actually heard Dr. Phil specifically cite this, what I'm talking about, as a telltale that someone is lying when he was talking about Jussie Smollett. And he gave this example where when they asked him if he was lying and he's like, I would not be my mother's son if I would tell a fake story about a hate crime. And it's like, and you're like, but you did, you know? And he's like, so these like big proclamations, right? Like, I wouldn't be my mother's son. He was doing shit like that all the time. He's like, one of the key ancestral tenets is you always tell the truth. You always tell the truth. And no, I am not on steroids. Okay. Well, so right there, anybody who knows anything, like, dude, the guy could strap himself to a polygraph and pass it 10 times in a row. And I'd be like, I don't care. He's on roids, dude. You know, like, I'm sorry. There is nothing on earth that can convince me he's not on steroids. He's definitely on roids. This is fucking stupid. Right. But nonetheless, there are a lot of people who are much less kind of like, you know, in the know about stuff like that. Right. And they like believed it, I guess. So Derek from More Plates, More Dates, huge YouTube channel that covers like, you know, like kind of performance enhancing supplements and drugs and stuff. He realized that he had actually interacted with Liver King through email like years before when Liver King had become Liver King, just when he was, you know, his regular self or whatever. And he had actually outlined his steroid cycle to More Plates, More Dates. And he was asking like what he thought he could do. He was spending $11,000 a month on roids, on HGH and steroids. $11,000 a month, which is fucking insane. I don't even know how on earth that might have been, maybe because he was taking American HGH, but that's outlandish to be spending that. Neither here nor there though, but he was on roids. So you guys can tell me what you think about this, but so Derek, he fucking released him. Like he released the emails. He's like, he's lying. And here, look at, this is my interaction with him back in whatever, where he openly admits that he's on steroids. Now, I've said this before. I will say it every single time if I talk about this topic. I think I don't like that, dude. I don't like that he did that because It's a personal one-on-one interaction, you know? That's why, I mean, dude, I asked John if I can read his text message on here, even though I told him to text it to me instead of chat. Just because, like, to me, you don't read one-on-one messages that people sent to each other publicly unless they give you permission. Like, that's rat shit, dude. That's like, you know, the way I see it, it's like, well, actually in Derek's case, it's just straight up rat stuff. Because, like, he knew that if he put this out, it was going to destroy Liver King's reputation in business. Okay. So the only way you can, the decision process you have to make at that point is like, is what he's doing like damaging people? Because if he's like scamming people, then of course you fucking bury that guy. If he's actually victimizing people, fuck him. But if what he's doing is pretending to be a natural athlete when he is actually on steroids and he's selling supplements, like, that's very gray area, because every supplement company has done that forever. You know what I mean? Like, they always do that. So I personally don't like that he did it. It's not that big of a deal. You know, it's what's done is done. But when that happened, it was catastrophic to his business. Oh shit. Hang on. Let me get caught up on these. Craig Doller, what's up, dude? The hater comments on your Thick Boy guest appearance is atrocious, bro. I'm in the comments defending you. You 100% have some of the best content. Dude, I appreciate that, dude. Thank you, Craig. Those guys, dude, that every time that I ever do a guest appearance, like these, you know, it was crazy that it at first used to piss me off because they've been doing that for years. It used to make me mad because I would go guest star on something and then they would do, and I'd be like, what the fuck? And then I would realize, I'm like, wait, this video has 45,000 views. Like, just, you know, this is the video, this old one. And when I counted, I'm like, this is 9 people. Like, it, you know, it seems like it's like a lot of people. It's 9, like 9 fucking dudes go in there. Oh my God, Jesse is the worst guest ever. Oh my God, but like when you read it, you're all, Jesus, who are these fucks? You know, but then you have to like keep it in perspective. You're all, even if it's like, oh, it's 14, you're all, yeah, 45,000 people watch this. Okay. Like, you know, it's like you go to like a stadium that packs 45,000 people and 11 people are all, I don't like this show. You're all, so get the fuck out of here then, nerd. What are you doing here then? You know what I mean? Yeah. Then go, like, no one's going to notice if you're gone, you 11 fucking geeks. At the show, if they're complaining at the stadium, not that those haters are geeks. Those guys are probably super cool. Dubs, what's up, dude? Can we get a Liver King recording himself doing Princess Diana booty douche? I'm saying right now, I'm telling you right now, everybody go follow Dubs, dude. Thank you for the super chat. If it was allowed on Instagram, he would do a close-up inserting that fucking hose directly in his ass. I guarantee it, dude. And Wes Watson would be all, yeah, dude, that's how I used to do it, man. That's exactly how I used to do it. Liver King knows what he's doing. All these alpha males and putting shit in their ass, dude. It's gangster. That's how you know you're dealing with like a real gangster. If they're an alpha male, is if they are so alpha that they're comfortable sliding things directly in their ass, you know? Hey, JOF, did you happen to catch Dan Hardy's breakdown of the Irish Twister nasty cement? No, I did not, but I will check that out. Thank you very much, Straight Shooter. Tennessee Outlaw, thank you for the super chat, dude. You are a stud. Thank you for taking the time to share your views and thoughts with us on current events throughout the week. You're better than MSN. Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate you very much. See, that's the other thing, dude. I look at who says what, you know what I mean? It's like, so people are like, Jesse, love your content. And I'm like, that's a person whose respect I am happy to have, you know? The fucking people, like those 9 people in the comments, I'll always look like, dude, you got, oh my God, there was one. I kind of want to show it to you, but I don't want to like take the time and platform the guy. He looked like Special K from fucking, what's that movie, dude? Where Seth Green plays Special K. You're like, oh no, this guy, he's all, Jesse on fire is I can't remember some negative word. And you're like, dude, if I read that guy had given me a compliment, I would be like, okay, there's something wrong. Like, I do not want to appear to be cool to that fucking nerd that looks like Special K, you know? But Tennessee Outlaw, you are the exact opposite of that. I am excited that you're here and I appreciate the $20 very much, dude. Margot Gogo became a YouTube. Oh, enjoy the membership, dude. It's fun. It's fun in there. Lots of stuff that's not on the outside. Wait, Dubs, did you just say, wait? Wes Watson cried on video yesterday? Cried about what? Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up. Maybe he's turning a corner, dude. That's a good thing. I've been saying forever. Wes Watson is a tremendously talented gentleman. If he could just get that ego under control, he could be, he could do a lot of good, and he would have a much better career. Although he's probably going to jail. So, oh, okay. Just found your channel. Thought I'd help you out with the exact information. Didn't want to put in. Okay. Didn't want to put wrong. Okay. So Liver King contacted Vigorous Steve about steroid protocols and coaching. Interesting. And then Derek, oh, so someone sent it to Derek. Oh, that is important information. That's really important information, actually. At least as it relates to my critique of Derek. Okay, if that's true, then I retract what I said about more plates, more dates completely. I thought Liver King had that conversation with Derek directly. That's super fucking different. Okay. If someone else sent that information to Derek looked at it and was like, oh, wow, the Liver King's lying. And I can, get the, like it's a big story. That's different. That's very different. Now, Vigorous Steve, then it just kind of, my kind of critique of that behavior just moves straight over to Vigorous Steve. You're like, why would you do that? The guy trusted you enough to send that to you and you betrayed his trust. But Derek doesn't owe any loyalty to Liver King at all. And he's the one that put it out. It's now moved to Vigorous Steve, if that's what I'm understanding. So thank you for that very much, dude. Steve was his coach and sent it to Derek to make a bid. Right. Okay. So Steve was his coach. Oh, that's fucked. He was his coach and he did him like that so Liver King had been paying this guy, like he hired him. He had been paying money to this guy and then he fucking did him like that. That's fucked. Damn, that is, but he also reached out to Derek prior to Steve. Yeah. Man, that's cold. Oh, I keep forgetting to say this part. So I think this is a potential insight that I think is very important for me to point out. Okay, so I was getting there before, and then I got sidetracked. I'm gonna just, if anybody super chats anything, I will get to it. I just need to focus so I can get this thought out because I think it is actually important. So what Shab said to me yesterday is he's like, I think that Liver King, aside from the fact that, oh my God, I never even finished my thought about why he's mad at Rogan. So Rogan on his channel just said the obvious, which was like, dude, the guy's on steroids. Give me a break. Like, come on. That's it. And so when he got outed as having been used steroids, like, and his businesses started collapsing, Rogan got lumped in to like, he's calling him a bully. He's calling Rogan a bully. And you're like, Rogan literally may as well have said that 1 + 1 = 2. Okay. Like you were wearing a fucking shirt that said 5 + 5 = 13. And Rogan was like, why is he wearing a shirt that says 5 + 5 = 13? Obviously 5 + 5 = 10. Okay. Like that's the equivalent of what Rogan did. And then he's like, dude, now all my followers know that 5 + 5 does not actually equal 13. And it destroyed my business. So this is Rogan's fault. He destroyed my business. He destroyed my family. You're all, this logic is not good, dude. This is very, very, very poor logic. Okay. You tried to convince your fans that 5 + 5 = 13. Anyone who knows anything about math was like, that's not correct. and you swore on everything that it did, and then it turned out that it did not, and you had been lying. Like, you're going to put that on fucking Rogan for pointing out the obvious? And even, like, you want to be mad at someone? The guy that outed you, Steve. I think that's super fucked up that he did that. But Rogan, like, I don't know. That just seems bizarre. But anyway, so what Shab was saying to me yesterday when we did the show is he's like, I think Liver King wanted in the crew, like Liver King wanted in the like Rogan crew. And when Rogan, wouldn't have him on and, said those things about him lying about being on steroids, like, it's like it's like the hot girl that you asked to the dance and she kept saying no. And then you're like, you know what? Fuck that girl. And when he said it, I was like, it's like sometimes ideas like that take a little while to kind of marinate in my brain. Cause like, I was like, yeah, I think I was like trying to remember something that I anyway, it doesn't matter. But I thought about that last night, like as I was going to sleep, and I'm like, dude, I think he's right. Now, like, not only do I think he's right, but I actually think that when Liver King thought through this idea of, he's going to create the Liver King, I think that maybe one of his big visions of success would be him on Rogan, or like him being friends with Rogan, so to a point where he almost created Liver King with the express intent of making it to Rogan. And so when Rogan's like, this guy's a liar and wouldn't have him on, that like, he's like, everything I did here. And then that guy did that to me. And you're like, he didn't do anything to you. Okay. Like, this is again, the same situation as here. You targeted him. Okay. Rogan is here. You benefit from being around Rogan for a number of reasons. Okay. So you calling him out to a fight, you're the only one who benefits. You wanted to be his best friend, you're the only one who benefits. You took a shtick that required you to be dishonest. Rogan doesn't like it or maybe, he probably doesn't care, but like doesn't have a lot of respect for people who are being openly dishonest about something in that way. And so like, yeah, you picked a bad shtick if you wanted to be friends with Rogan. Like, Rogan's not the villain, and he definitely is not a bully, a chat, dude. So the thing is, I can't do those on StreamYard. I don't know, or at least I don't know how. New video. Dude, Liver King and massive psyop reviews. I mean, it is. I agree. It's like that is what he's doing. But I mean, hopefully that's what he's doing, and he's not actually intent on like, shooting Joe Rogan or something. But this dude he's in a bad spot, man. Like, he is crazy. And again, if you guys missed it, I want to just like show this one more time, because this is so insane that he did this. Like, watch this. So he's going through, he has an ankle monitor on. So this seems like this is some kind of law enforcement related situation that he's in, You
good. Just start.
His ankle monitor is on because he made terrorist threats towards the biggest celebrity who lives in this city. Okay. He's coming here for whatever reason. And
Rings?
No, you do. Christian, you there?
And he comes in wearing a body armor carrier. Like, that, to me, that is like one of the craziest things I've ever seen a person do. Why would you wear a body armor carrier when you're going to whatever you're doing here, where you're going to have to, you're having to deal with security and it's so bananas to me. Like, I don't even know what to even do with that. Okay, hang on. I do, dude. I wish I knew which of these videos was the one that he made that super ominous threat at the end. But I just don't like. I don't want to like have to hang on. Let me see.
Turns out years of my life, I call this Little Brian years. That's actually what they called me. Little Brian. That was my name. Little Brian, and there was a Big Brian. He was the neighbor, and there was a myth.
No, that's not it.
The Almighty, powerful. Okay, I had to delete. I had to delete a bunch of videos because we ran out of storage. So we're winding down. Pick the fight. In principle, just shared why.
There it is. I'm a genius.
Everybody likes a good fight, right?
Hold on.
This fight's not even released.
So which one is that? That is okay. Okay, I got it. I did it, you guys. I found it. I did it. All right. Thank you guys for sticking with me through that harrowing experience. All right. So this is the one that we need to watch. Okay. So wait, let me double check.
It's Liver King.
Okay, it's this one.
Okay, I had to delete a bunch of videos because we ran out of storage. So we're winding down our time. If you know what it feels like to be bullied, it's just not a good feeling. And when you watch somebody else get bullied and there's something you could have done about it, that's not a good feeling either. And so what happens is I'm here in Austin for one word: family. That's the real reason why I'm here. Because a bully who thought he was big enough to say things about a man and then try and circulate and get more people to pile on, he forgot how that would affect the family. And then things that weren't true were then disseminated in a movie. Millions of people, now people that my family and I, we go to places, they receive us thinking that we're that version. You forgot to share that my wife is actually a doctor of dental surgery, that I wrote a thesis, that I did things in biochemistry, chemistry, and biology. That's what I did. You forgot to tell the whole truth and were received as like a lesser version. Me, I don't care about me, family, striker, rat, sack, my queen.
Okay, so let me just pause real quick. So first of all, Rogan is a lot of things. A bully is patently ludicrous. Like, that's just an indefensible statement. Okay. The thing too is like, unless I missed it, Liver King was never some huge topic that Rogan focused on. You know what I mean? It's like, so this focus on him makes no sense to me. Also, like, did you just fault Rogan? Okay, like he just put it on. He faulted Rogan because Rogan did not give his full bio when he talked about him. He's like, you said these things about me. You didn't tell him that I did a thesis in bio, whatever, that my wife is a doctor of dental biology and that I've done whatever. You're all, hang on. You aspired to be one of the most famous people on earth. Okay. Like, you wanted all that attention, but then if people ever talk about you while you're doing a shtick where you're eating raw meat, they have to first, preamble that you are married to a doctor of fucking dental biology, and also that you wrote a thesis on whatever. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like, what are you talking about? Why would he have to say those things? All he did is state that you were on roids, which was obvious, as far as I know. Yuzefa, what's up, dude? Liver King is, yeah, I mean, the funny thing is he's stalking Rogan. Rogan's in fucking Vegas, dude. Rogan is literally not even in Austin.
The dentist, was she dead? For as long as she did it, the amount of people that she helped to be received with a lesser version, and then the big bullying guy, what happened to him? Nothing. Well, you don't really get away from it, video. So came here for one reason, family. That's the principle of the matter. And then what ends up happening is we had some fun. We did fun too. The boys are ready to go. We might be packing it up today. We might not. It was supposed to be 12 days. At 7 p.m. today, we'll be at the Capitol to maybe say goodbye or to maybe not say goodbye. It kind of depends on conversations with lawyers and investigators and stuff like that over the next couple of hours, and the mental health assessment too. That one you guys might want to see. I think that might be the next video. So everybody.
Oh my God. I just realized the thing that he was going into with that fucking, with the body armor plate, that was his mental health evaluation. Guaranteed.
Praying for me, questioning, and stuff like that. Want to just make it clear. I microdose different plant medicines.
Hang on. This is really important. What's up, Kairos tribe? So thank you for the super chat. That's not why Liver King's mad at him, because he wanted to get on the podcast and use his massive audience to clear his name and save his business, and Rogan denied him and treated him like a schmuck. So again, we are right back to the point I've been making throughout this whole thing, which is you wanted something from Rogan, which he has absolutely no obligation to give you whatsoever. And because he didn't give you the thing that you wanted from him, you're angry at him. Sounds like a lot of entitlement to me, dude. You know, believe me, if anyone was entitled to Rogan's fucking show, I would have pulled that card 5 years ago, dude. Just like every other person on the face of the earth who is trying to build a public profile for one reason or another. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's absurd. It's absurd. Okay. If you would have gone on Rogan's show at some point, this is important. If he would have gone on Rogan's show at some point and something would have happened where there was information distributed to through the Rogan platform, and then he's like, you need to let me come back on because that was not true. And then Rogan's like, no, too bad, dude. They got one version of the story when we were on. Fuck you. You can't come on. That's different. But he was never on Rogan's show. Literally, the idea that because Joe Rogan said your name when you courted all of this attention, that means that he owes you coming on the platform so that you can clear your name. It's ridiculous. It's indefensible. Oh, I know you're not, dude. I know. I completely understand. I totally understand.
Before I came here, there was a fight to pick, so I stopped doing those. While I've been here, I stopped doing those. While I'm fighting, I won't do those. I went to this jail place for a while and wasn't able to be there for my family. And going in, I was pretty raging fire intense. Being there, raging fire intense. Getting out, raging fire intense. 24 hours, or I don't know how long it was. It was longer. It was significantly longer than that, actually. And no drugs before, during, or after. A mental health issue. I don't know. Never been diagnosed with one before, ever. Never taken a medication for one, ever. Compromising a sword, doing harm either to a high sword or family. No harm done to any of those. I'm pretty sure when you get one of those diagnoses, it's like something bad has to happen somewhere. But good and true keeps showing up. So we'll share that with you if you're interested in seeing it. And then based on, I guess, that maybe, based on every other thing that's going on right now, is what will determine if we're going to be here for like another 7. We might be here for 7. So I think we're here for 7 more days. 7 more days is what I hope we get. Everybody likes a good fight, right? This fight's not even really started. I hope that the news and TMZ and anyone will come to the Capitol today. But eventually someone's going to come to the Capitol. If we get 12 days, every day at 7 o'clock, I'll be there. You probably don't know who I am. My name? It's Liver King.
Nope, that's not your name. Nope. You are playing a character called Liver King. That is not your name. You know, Let's continue.
I earned that name. This is Axe. That's Mace. Their family. I picked a fight. In principle. Just shared why. Who'd I pick a fight with? I'm not allowed to say the name, so I won't. Why? Why did I pick the fight? Family. Oh, let me finish by saying that there's a password for the free Wi-Fi. There's a password for it. Someone's going to say it again soon. King time. Okay, had to delete.
Oh my God, dude. This is just bizarre. So Rogan didn't attack your family, guy. No one attacked your family. It's not anyone's responsibility to tell the world your wife's qualifications in any capacity. You can do that. Like, you could do that. If you want people to know, you tell them. You have a gigantic platform. That's the whole thing. This is why this is so fucking ridiculous. Like, you have 3 million Instagram followers. Just put whatever information you want people to have on your own profile or whatever. It's fucking ridiculous, dude. It's absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, but I've been on for an hour and 15 minutes. I got to jump out of here and go eat some food. You guys are the best. I love you guys. Peace.